wife wasn't happy. So.
That's definitely.
No, we won. That was it. Shaved right after the game.
Love that.
It was itching.
What I guess what do you feel just pleased you most with that win, and just what aspect of the way you guys performed? And sometimes you get right games are necessary, but do you feel there's much you guys can apply forward?
Yeah, I mean there was a lot actually I wanted to work on and walk through. So being a little hypersensitive, like I'm super happy that we won and the style we won. Guys got some rest and sit down, but against the more elite teams, and that's who we're trying to look at. There's certain things that just can't happen. Taking care of the basketball, making sure that we're getting into sets, like slowing down, taking advantage of the clock. Like there's ways in times to play fast, but we can't be reckless. There's a difference. You can still be under control and play fast.
You mentioned after the Warriors game kind of just needing Zach to go out there and be himself, and felt like last night was a prime example. How much do you like to see that, and what does that mean for this group moving forward?
I think it means a lot because, like, for Zach to try to fit in, then we never really know who are you and what do you do. Like, I know his game, but there's a difference in, like, the guys know his game from him playing, 9 or 10 years or whatever it is in the league. They know his game. But it's different when you play with him and you're on the floor. Now you have to play that way within our sets, and guys need to know where to go and be in rebound position and make sure someone's back for transition and be able to crash from the wings. And like all those little things mean a lot, but you don't know them until he is aggressive like he was last night. So that, I think it helps not only him and his confidence, but it also helps our group with understanding who he is, what he does, and the gravity that he has. Yeah.
When you look at the defensive side of the ball yesterday, or last night's game, I saw a lot of looking for rebounding. It just looked like it was just Domas down there.
Yeah.
Have you emphasized that at all? Are you guys still doing the crash zones in terms of trying to make sure guys are in the right spots?
Yeah, well, crash zone is more on the offensive end of the ball, but just making sure that we're clearing the ball. I think like when I go back and watch film, like when I was a kid, they would be like, "Don't take a Polaroid." It's like the ball is going up and I'm watching the ball, and then the guy's coming right in and getting it. I'm not really worried about the ball. Like immediately I should hit my guy, bang, hit him, and then from there everything begins. And those are just bad habits that you have to break. You have to do it. There's no other way really to say it than I check my man before I go do anything. And if we do that, we got one of the best rebounders in the history of basketball. But he can't do it all by himself, and especially when he's locked up with a guy that's 7 foot, 350 pounds, it's difficult. So, Webb used to say, "Get your little butt out of here," and I'd go back and get a couple because I know he was locked up. That's what I need our guards to do.
You got a lot.
Yes, I did. Thankful to him. Yeah.
Doug, as you look at these, the final stretch of games here, where you guys are at, and the standings, and just the competition in the West and whatnot, how much do you guys pay attention to that? And if so, how much does that motivate, dictate, or determine, what you guys do?
For the team, I don't do that a lot. I know that they pay attention because I don't think we're at that point where we can start to look past anybody, look past the possession. Like, we need to finish the game that we're at and then squarely look at the next team in the eyes. And then once we get there, we need to start in the first quarter and go possession by possession. That's where we're at as a team. And I'm just talking about us working on us. I'd like to look forward and all those different things, and like people send it and people show me, but it's not something that I go try to do. So I have an idea, but it means absolutely nothing if we don't take care of our business. And sometimes you can get lost in the sauce, and we don't want to do that.
When it comes to roles that players play for you, I think a lot of them know what they do. For some others, is it kind of a fluid role, or do you have defined kind of cookie cutter things that you expect from?
I'm not a cookie cutter guy. Because I think that these guys are so evolved as players that they can do more than sometimes they're asked. Now, first thing to do definitely handle your role. What is it that you do? Are you a shooter? Do you crash? Do you bring energy? Do you facilitate? Are you a connector? All those things. Like, do your job first and foremost. But you have more to give to the game, and that's where I try to push the envelope and see if they can do those things. So yeah, you have your roles, totally get it, but at the same time, like, the bottom line is we win, and the more each person is able to do and pull, the better. But do your job first.
And I know you guys are such a day-to-day operation. I'm just curious, from a broad standpoint, how do you look at this trip ahead for you guys?
You want to win them all. But I think the first thing that we do is, like, continue to work on us has been my messaging to them. And that means that when the ball is tipped, we start with the first possession and we play 48 minutes of basketball. What that does after 4 games or however many games is on this road trip, that'll be determined. We'll probably have some bad quarters, we'll have some good quarters, but I think the consistency at which we do what I'm asking to do is more important than the actual outcome at this. The byproduct of what I'm asking them to do is a positive outcome. So, you could win the game and play like crap. I would rather not.
Yeah.
I would rather play well and continue to build than anything. Always winning the game, obviously, but that's really my focus, is that we play at a high level together.
How much do you think that Jake, Markel, and Jonas have helped the physicality of this group?
I think a lot. I think you see what Jake brings. I think, like, his first play of his very first game was to shoot the gap, steal, and get out in the open court. And I was just like, yes, exactly. I've been waiting for some of that. So, and then JV, his size and mass is huge. Markel has got a couple steals, and both of their ability, or all 3 of their ability to what we call make them feel us, I think is super big, because that's the staple of who I am and what I want, is they need to feel us immediately when we come onto the court. And we're still a work in progress at it, but those guys definitely help that.
Having Keon, by the way, did you see him today? How he was looking?
The guy with the hair?
The guy with
Yeah.
hair.
I saw him. He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
What are you asking?
Is he walking right?
Yeah.
Is he practicing?
He looked good.
Okay.
He looked good. He looked good.
It's encouraging.
He looked good. It is.
Yeah.
With Jonas being able to help that, when Domas would come off the floor previously, it seemed like sometimes you guys would struggle there. Now you have that reliable backup center. Domas doesn't play that many minutes last night. I mean, just how beneficial is that all around for you guys?
Well, I would like actually more nights like that where, you sit down at the fourth quarter and don't play, because we played well enough to give you the rest. So Domas would have actually played his normal minutes, so that's kind of skewed a little bit. So he would have been in the 36, 38 minute range had we not had a blowout. But I think it definitely helps Domas. It helps a couple of guys. Like, if a guy gets a game going, then as a good teammate, let him roll. And that allowed Domas to be fresher as the season goes on, but at the same time, he has to find his rhythm and be able to do his thing. But being able to depend on a guy like Jonas on a night-to-night basis is, I think, huge for our team, but also for Domas, because that'll probably mean a fresher Domas as we get to the playoffs.
Anything else? Thanks, everyone.
Appreciate you guys.